that you are a thought leader and you are also very passionate about grooming people, the younger generation. I know back then in the uni, I was part of some of those classes where you were taking on public speaking. Then my question, one, one A actually, because I see that you have always had this passion to represent the people, and as part of the qualities of the representative, you have spoken, be able to communicate the intention and heart of the people to the either the leaders or the audience that should hear it properly. So, how did you know, and when you knew, how did you pull those things together? What were the things you gave yourself to that helped your projection?
Thank you, Dr. Cobbs. So I believe that discovery oftentimes may come from trials. So discovery oftentimes may come from trials. You are exposed to things and you try your hands on them. And then the one that resonates with you then becomes what you journey with. One. Two is you spot trends in your life. Now this is not you identifying things to try your hands on. This is you just looking back and saying, what have I been interested in? What have I been doing? And you spot the trends and you say, hey, this, and this. It seems I'm tending towards here. It seems I'm tending towards here. That becomes the second point. So first is trials, helps you to discover. The second thing is, when I'm in trials here, you just try things out. The second thing is trend spotting. The third thing is teaching. What they taught you. I mean, people taught me to hear God, to know where I'm going to. They taught me that you must live a life of purpose, you must live a life of meaning, you must live a life of impact, you must live a life that serves people. So I started to look out for opportunities to serve, opportunities to add value to people, opportunities to be a person of impact. That was simply it. So for me, discovery came from one, trying things out. Anything I found my hands on, I was trying them out. Two, trends that I was spotting in my life. Three, teachings. And the next was about talent. I was looking at the talent I had, my natural endowment, or the things that came to me naturally. I realized all of a sudden, I really could speak. So I could express myself. It was easy for me to express myself. It was not necessarily because anybody taught me. I just, I can express myself. Or when I hear people say something, I say, no, there's a better way to say it. I just knew there was a better way to say it. You're not saying it well enough. There's a better way to say it. And I say, can I say it on your behalf? He said, yes, and they say it. Growing up, I remember in my church, when the choir was going to sing, then in the Redeemed Christian Church of God where I was, it was the teens church would go into the main church to sing, and then they will always want us to introduce our songs. Today we're welcome, we're glad to be here in the main church from the teens church. We are the teens church choir from the Powerhouse Soul Winners Cathedral. Our song today is titled XYZ 1, 2, 3. I just realized that I was one of those that was always called upon to do the introduction. So my opportunity to start to speak came from those moments. Stand, introduce our song. Stand, introduce the drama. Stand, introduce the XYZ. Then stand, take offering. Stand and take this. And I realized, it's like I've got this thing naturally. And so, what did I discover? My trials, just try your hands on things. Trends, what is consistent, talent, and then what have I been taught? Those four things critically helped me to navigate what I now see as the bedrock for what I do.
Thank you very much. From the things you've been sharing with us, I see that one of the points corroborates the initial point you wrote to us that before you project, you must reflect. You build that to be able to know what are the trends, you've seen about yourself, the patterns, and you notice that you could do this. So just one more thing to add to this point, I would like you to add to it. So for persons that know that or they know that they might not be good at this, literally everybody needs to learn how to be able to present themselves. Like there's some persons that are very good at writing, but might not be able to audibly present themselves. steps. So, what would you say for that case, for instance? Someone is appointed to be a leader somewhere by the virtue of growth, the competence, the technical competence. So here comes this person having to be in the position to make a speech as representative of the brand or something. So people that never had this time early enough to reflect and quickly. For me, I think it will have been a lot easier when you know that, I think I want to represent people. I need this skill I do not have it. Then you quickly learn it along my growth. Now, some find themselves there now, by default leading people, validating for people. But this aspect is missing. So, what advice do you have for such people? Maybe for some reasons didn't pick it up early, but now they are there.
Thank you, Dr. Cobbs. I believe no one is good enough to remain the way they are. Even those people that adopt great speakers, great communicators, no one is actually good enough to remain the way they are. And so that's one principle that even those who are great at these things have. No matter how well they said it yesterday, it's a better way. So, but for those who feel that they are not even there yet, I think the first thing is to be sure that they are ready. So, readiness is it. So, you've got to tell yourself, are you ready to pay the price for where you want to be? You must have said to yourself, I want to be a better communicator. I want to be able to express my ideas, my thoughts, and intentions very well. So, are you ready? Ready to pay the price? Ready to go on that journey? The next is you must find a model to replicate. You must find a model to replicate. You must just say, who do I want to speak like? Who do I want to, express my thoughts like? For me, it was easy to choose the John C. Maxwell. I was a fan of his articles before I started to read his books. Those 5 years I didn't have admission. It was his articles I was reading. I kept reading his articles. And when I started to stumble on his videos, I loved the way he used stories to express principles. Storytelling was a principle of John Maxwell. And I saw that most of the stories were very personal. And that's where I naturally just appealed to me that anytime I'm going out to speak anywhere, I would rather use my stories. It was not about telling the whole world your secret or exposing your family or your life to the world. It was something I picked up as I was, choosing my model. So I replicated that approach. So number one is you must be ready. Number two is you must find somebody to replicate. And number three is that you must now put yourself on practice. You must now begin to what I call repeat. So the first is be ready. Number two, replicate. Number three, repeat. So the moment you see a model to something, you repeat it. You repeat it. With repetition, we reinforce. With repetition, we reinforce. So I say it again, and I say it again, and before you know it, it becomes a part of me. It becomes a part of me. And so those who will not practice will remain novices, even though there's a provision for them to demonstrate expertise. A novice, in fact, this is how it said, an apprentice, someone who's not yet good and skilled, an apprentice will remain a novice if he does not practice, even if there's an opportunity to demonstrate expertise. So, apprentice, expertise, right? But he will remain a novice if he does not practice. So, it is about show your readiness because you have determined the end. Replicate because you have found a leverage, a model. Repeat because it's time to practice. And then ultimately what you get is a result. The result will now be outstanding. The whole world loves you. They now like you. They now say, how on earth did he become this kind? You didn't just become it.
Put in the work.
You worked through it.
All right.